I think that on the surface, we all as writers say, well, of course, but there's a reason that readers are reading 120,000 word epic
Right.
fantasies. And it's, if you apply the same every word counts threshold that you have to for very short works, then it would be 15,000 word, no longer epic. So how can authors of longer works act on this every word counts piece of advice in reading short fiction, but apply it to their own longer work?
So this is where my thinking has shifted over the years, in the 11 years since the article. So when I think every word counts, I actually think that does apply to 100,000 or 120,000 word epic. Every single one of those 120,000 words counts. So what does that mean? How do you decide what words count? The thing that I tell my students when I have students in classes and in our membership community, et cetera, and what I talk about is the idea of going from instinct to intention. So if you're listening to this podcast, if you're a DIY MFA word nerd, if you've been following Maddie for any length of time, you probably already have pretty good instincts as a writer. You know what you're doing in terms of like instinctively putting the words on the page, right? But what happens is we have these great instincts, we throw the words on the page, but then we don't pause to think about whether the words we put on the page in that first go around, is that really what we intend? Is that going from the instinct through happy accident land to like, yes, this is in fact what I intend? So what ends up happening for a lot of writers is that they throw words on the page and then they go, oh, that works, that's great. And then they throw more words on the page. Oh yeah, that works too, that's great. And what we need to do is to look at those happy accidents, look at those places where the words are like, oh, it works, it's great, and try to figure out, why does it work?